Hi there, Stephen Fenech from Tech Guide with you once again, and today we're talking about the new third generation AirPods. We're going to take a look at their features. We're also going to compare them to earlier versions of AirPods and also other earphones on the market that are similarly priced. But first, before we do that, let's check out a quick unboxing. The AirPods, third generation AirPods. Right here, these were announced last week. We're going to unbox them now, but you can see the design has changed. Shorter stalks on each one. And this also features the MagSafe charging case. So the case that come with the AirPods can be placed on a MagSafe charger and be powered up. So let's take a look. So this is the new third generation AirPods. Now the case is the old AirPods, the case used to open that way, remember? So now these resemble more like the AirPods Pro. But let's take our first look at them. Here it is. You can see just how much smaller they are than the old AirPods. They look a lot more like the AirPods Pro, but what they're missing, of course, is the silicon tip. There's no tip on top here. So this is what they look like there. There's also sensors that can tell whether they're in your ears or not. There's acoustic screens here as well. There's improved acoustics in there as well. But these are the new AirPods. Now let's take a closer look. Well, let's get into looking at the AirPods features. So this is third generation. It has had a redesign. So let's have a closer look. The stems are a lot shorter than the previous model AirPods, which I also happen to have right here. So this is, first of all, let's compare the cases. That's the third generation AirPods, and this is the first and second generation AirPod cases. So now the lid opens long ways across the top. But the AirPod itself, let's just compare those two. So Apple is saying that the stem is 33% shorter than the previous model. So again, already there's less of the AirPods that are sticking out of your ears. Now, the AirPods, what the AirPods don't have, they don't have a silicon tip. So you're not getting that passive noise cancellation, that added seal. Apple has said they've done thousands of tests and examined all different ear shapes and sizes to come up with this design. So I think for many customers it will fit. For our use, they do fit actually quite well and rest in your ear very well. But the thing is, though, just a light brush, if you happen to bring your hand next to the side of your head, they can easily pop out of your ears. We did use them while we were walking, running, in the gym, riding bikes and things like that, and they were fine. But any light brush near your ear, if you're doing anything, touching your head, just be careful, they may pop out. But having a look back at its comparison, there is less sticking out of your ear. So I think that's less of a target, if you like, for them to be brushed out of your ear and dropped accidentally. Now the other improvement, of course, is the audio quality, and Apple has done a great job with this new acoustic package that's featured inside the AirPod. It's really hard to believe that they can actually fit all of that in there, and there's a new driver as well as high dynamic range amplifiers built into this little thing, would you believe? But it does include it does bring in, with its adaptive EQ, computational audio. So you can now enjoy things like spatial audio, and if you have Apple Music, you can have Apple Music with Dolby Atmos. So you can hear not just the left and right, but you can also get that whole 360-degree soundscape. it also comes with dynamic head tracking as well. So what it basically does, it pins the stage, if you like, in front of you, and as you're turning, the music reflects the direction you're facing. So it's like being at a concert where the stage is up front, and if you turn your head, you'll hear the audio change as you move your head around. But let's compare the AirPods to the other versions. We've already compared them to the original AirPod. But here's how they compare to the AirPod Pro. So this is, you'll notice the biggest difference between the Pro and the third generation. The shapes are very similar. So in terms of the stalk and the stem, I should say, sort of sticking out of the back, it is almost, but they're virtually the same size. The only difference being is that the actual bud itself, if you look at the AirPod Pro, the bud is slightly larger. Reason for that is, of course, that the AirPods Pro have active noise cancellation, ANC for short. Now, ANC requires there to be internal microphones, external microphones, so it's doing all this computation to detect the ambient sound and then create a negative waveform. The AirPods third generation do not have active noise cancellation and therefore are a little bit smaller. So you don't get active noise cancellation, and technically you don't even get passive noise cancellation. Passive noise cancellation is when there is the silicon tip can create a little seal inside your ear, and that's what they call passive noise cancellation. There's no power or other technology to create that noise cancellation. So with the AirPods third generation, no silicon tip means, well, not really passive noise cancellation, and definitely no active noise cancellation. So that's the reason why these two earphones are different sizes. The Pro, which is 120 Australian dollars more expensive than the third generation. If you want active noise cancellation, you'll have to graduate up to the Pro. Now, the other thing I like about AirPods is their microphones. They do have a good audio quality. They've got this beamforming technology that can focus in on your voice so that when you're making a phone call and even receiving a phone call, it is quite clear. So you'll see there is a microphone and an acoustic mesh that's covering it that actually reduces the wind noise. So if you happen to be outside in a noisy environment, that's the microphone that picks it up and that actually reduces that external noise. So it does make sure that your voice is loud and clear and crisp on those phone calls. And I find that a lot of my readers and listeners and viewers are asking a lot more questions about not just the audio quality of earphones, but also the voice quality, because a lot of us make phone calls we don't want to take these out of our heads. So we want to keep them in. If we receive a phone call, we want to know that the voice quality is still pretty reasonable. Now, the other thing that the AirPods include is a force sensor. So this means that you can squeeze the stem once for play and pause, squeeze it again to resume, 2 squeezes to go to the next track, 3 squeezes to go to the previous track, and if you press and hold, it'll summon Siri. So that's tech that was brought in from the Pro model that is now included with the third generation, and there's enough room on the stem for you to actually to create that little press to navigate your music. The other thing it has as well is its new skin detect optical sensor. So it can detect, I think it's built in right here. I'll show you a closer look there. I'd suspect that is what senses whether the AirPods are actually sitting in your ear. And this isn't a new feature, but what I've noticed with these is that they react instantly. The second you take it out of your ear, your music pauses. And if you put it back in your ear, it resumes again. You can still use just one at a time, so that's not a big issue there, but it does have the sensor so that you can, if it automatically pauses and resumes when you're putting one or both back in. So AirPods third generation, they are, the fit I think is pretty subjective. I found them, they fit okay, not the best. I did find at times that I thought I was worried that they were going to fall out of my ears. So you can tell that they do actually fit pretty well. So they're pretty stable, but it doesn't take much to bring them out. If I just touch, look at that, it already fell out of my ear. So just don't be brushing your hair or touching your ears or doing anything around your head if you don't want these to fall out. So the AirPods 3rd generation, they go on sale. They're on sale now. They're $279 Australian dollars. And don't forget, they are great audio quality, by the way. The acoustic package has improved. The drivers, excellent sound. No active noise cancellation. No even passive noise cancellation. So what we decided to do is take a look at some other earphones in this price range. So we're looking at 4 other models here that are similarly priced to the AirPods 3rd generation, just to give you an idea of what else is out there in the market. Let's start off with the JBL. These are the JBL Live Pro Plus. Now these have active noise cancellation. They have 11mm drivers, a fairly short stalk, as you can see right there, so it's pretty short, so pretty discreet. They have the smart ambient feature, a 6-hour battery life, and as I mentioned, active noise cancellation. So with the 6-hour battery life you get with active noise cancellation, 7 hours without. So that's the JBL Live Pro Plus, 250 Australian dollars. Okay, next we're going to move on to the Jabra Elite Pro 7. Now, I've reviewed these on Tech Guide. One thing you'll see with these is they do have active noise cancellation. They're also really small. Look how small the earbuds are. These are really discreet. They fit completely in your ear. They do have the silicon tip, so they do create that passive noise cancellation. They do have this wirelessly charged case, so it does have Qi compatibility. But the earphones themselves are so small. Active noise cancellation on board. They also have multi-sensor voice technology, so that if I'm making a phone call, it uses various algorithms and also uses bone conduction technology, so that if I'm listening or talking on the phone, it does detect the movement down my jawbone, the vibrations down my jawbone, to pick up and enhance the voice signal. So that's pretty good. The Jabra Elite Pro 7. The Elite 7 Pro, 299 Australian dollars. So only $20 more expensive than the 3rd generation AirPods. Right. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Sennheiser. These are the Sennheiser CX Plus True Wireless earphones. These are $259.95 Australian dollars. They have active noise cancellation. They also include Sennheiser's bespoke, their acoustic systems are on board here. So a brand like Sennheiser, you are getting really good audio quality. Active noise cancellation. They've also got the transparent hearing as well. So they do have hear-through technology, as does the Jabra. And you can have, so if you need to hear what your surroundings, you're not just having to take them out of your ears. Now, these are $259.95 Australian dollars, active noise cancellation, 6-hour battery life, smart pause as well, so you take them out of your ear, music stops as well. Now, lastly, we're going to take a look at a brand called Huawei. Now, you probably know these as a smartphone company, but I've got to say, their audio products have really come a long way. These are the FreeBuds 4i. These are 159 Australian dollars. These have active noise cancellation, would you believe? They've got a polymer composite diaphragm. They can reduce ambient sound as well. 10 hours of battery life with these two. So Huawei's always had this amazing ability to have great battery life with their earphones and smartwatches and even their smartphones as well. But the FreeBuds 4i, $159 and active noise cancellation on board, that just gives you a little bit of an overview as to what's out there. So we had the Huawei FreeBuds 4i, $159. The Sennheiser CX Plus True Wireless, which are $259.95 Australian dollars. Then you've got the Jabra Live Pro 7, which are 299 Australian dollars. And then you also have, of course, the JBL Live Pro Plus, which are 250 Australian dollars. Now, all of these have active noise cancellation. The earphones that we just mentioned then, that are in the same ballpark as the third generation AirPods, they do have the active noise cancellation, so ANC. So the third generation AirPods, great sound. They also do have, I should mention, a wireless charging case too. So the charging case is compatible with MagSafe. So if you've got a MagSafe charger or any wireless charger, pop them on. They will charge wirelessly. But $279 Australian dollars for the AirPods third generation. And I think we gave you a little bit of a tour of what else is out there in that ballpark in terms of pricing. If you want to read more about our AirPods, the third generation, you can read our complete review at techguide.com.au.